Hi, my name's Todd Adams. I'm a co-founder and executive director of MenLiving. If you're watching this video, it means you're newish. And this is just kind of an orientation video to kind of give you an idea of who we are and what we do. So welcome. So glad you're here. So intentional living starts here. So MenLiving, we're a 501c3 not-for-profit organization basically trying to create spaces for men to connect, heal, and thrive. That is our mission, and our vision is a world of healthy, intentional, and connected men. And we have these 5 suggestions: men living consciously, curiously, emotionally, candidly, and intentionally. And that's just kind of a foundation for who we are and what we like to do. I'm going to go through the website real quick with the hopes that if you have questions, you can get those questions answered. But this is just kind of a first start. We have this newsletter, and it comes out every Wednesday. And I invite you to sign up. And we have virtual meetings every single day of the week. Most of them are full houses, and I'll explain what that is in a second. We also have a podcast called If You've Come This Far. Um, and then this is just a clip of our calendar and some events that we have coming up. And I'll get to that in a second. We have featured posts. We meet virtually for the most part. Most of our spaces are done virtually. We also do some in-person stuff. And we also have the ability to connect asynchronistically. And we'll get a little bit into that as well. So there's our vision, there's our mission. Those are the suggestions I mentioned. And then here's some other in-person events that we have coming up. So I'm going to head on over to programs. And is our programming tab. As I said, we have virtual, we have in-person, and then there's some testimonials. So I'm going to dive deeper into the in-person. We have in-person weekend retreats. Typically, they're Thursday through Sunday. We have about 4 or 5 of them every year. We also have local chapters. As of this moment, as I record this, we have a chapter in 4 in the Chicagoland area: Oak Brook, Illinois, Evanston, Illinois, Chicago, Illinois, and Elmhurst, Illinois. And then we also have one in Madison, Wisconsin, and one that's starting in Tallahassee, Florida. And maybe by the time you're listening to this, there'll be more, but those are the local chapters. And then we also do this thing called Men Walking, where we just meet in a space and we go walk and talk. Very simple. So those are our kind of our in-person offerings as of this moment. Virtual, we have full house meetings. That is open to all men, and it's run by one of our many facilitators who have been trained to hold space and create communications where there's authentic, vulnerable connections. So anybody's welcome to any of the full house meetings. We also have certain courses, and I'm not going to go through all of them right now, but we have one coming up called Men Living Their Values. And we also have some other opportunities of connecting. So in order to be a member, as of this moment, it's recording, you would create a profile. And then once you have that profile, you can log in. And then you're officially a member. Everything is free of charge. All of that is free of charge. We have these things called small batches, which is more focused. We have a book club small batch. There's been self-compassion small batches, so that's where this would be held. We also have an elders program. And this is something that we do charge for. It's $35 a month, but it is a much more intimate opportunity to get with the same amount of people, with the same facilitators. So if you want to know more about that, I'm not going to go through it all right here. If you want to know more about that, you can sign up for membership right there. There's also a construction small batch that meets once a month. And then deep divers, that's simply a bunch of people who we connect with that provide services that some of the men that show up might take advantage of. So that's what the deep divers section is. We have a newsletter, we have the blog, and we have the podcast. And then just real quick on the calendar, there's a few different ways to toggle this. I'll go to the month, and it'll give you a quick overview of what's happening in this month of November, December. And you can click on any of these, and then you RSVP to that page. Or you can toggle over to the week. So it'll give you the weekly view. And if you just click on one of these, like Friday daytime, it's December 20th at 12, you will register. You'll +1 there. You'll RSVP to it. And then you'll just click register. And then it'll take you to the page. And you'll have to put your name in. I'll put mine in, Todd Adams. Let me adjust this. Oh, it's going to make me do it again. Todd Adams. Todd at menliving.org. Todd at menliving.org. I'm already subscribed, so I'm going to uncheck these boxes and then I'm going to register. And then it might bring me to a second screen. I believe it will. Order successful. And it's going to say, am I a man? And do I agree with the terms of service? Yes, I do. And is this my first meeting? Answer is no. So I'll click on complete order. And then there will be an email that gets sent to you. And at the bottom of that email, it's not at the top, but at the bottom of that email will be the Zoom link of how to get on. So those are things on the calendar. We also are a 501c3, so we would love some support. There's a way to donate right here to sign up for membership. It's right there. We have some corporate partners, our donor recognition, and we even have our own merch, as I'm sharing with you right now, MenLiving hat. And it's got a whole bunch of stuff here that you can buy, shirts, hats, things like that. So I'm going to go back. And then last thing I want to say before I close this out is we have these connection expectations, which is at the bottom, and they're really important. And just kind of a few highlights is what we expect for the men who show up in these spaces, that we're going to communicate with each other respectfully. We're going to presume and maintain confidentiality. We'll respect each other's boundaries. And if there is conflict, and sometimes there is, that we're going to do it constructively. So that's just kind of a brief overview. And if you have questions, you can just shoot me an email, todd@menliving.org. I'd be happy to help you out. And that's it. Hope you have a good day. Keep trucking.